That was exactly a year ago today, as a matter of fact, that a federal jury convicted 2 members of the Baltimore Police Department for their roles in the corrupt gun trace task force.
It was a trial that exposed deep corruption and shocking behavior by an elite task force charged with protecting and serving. Well, tonight we learn yet another GTTF member is off to prison. WMER 2 News investigative reporter Brian Kubler joins us now with what happened.
Kelly, Detective Momodu Gondu didn't stand trial last year, but he testified in it. It was that thorough cooperation that helped the former detective get a lesser sentence than those that went before him. Exactly a year after the trial, nearly 2 years after the dramatic arrests, the 7th member of the deeply corrupt gun trace task force unit of the Baltimore Police Department stood before Judge Catherine Blake for his sentence. 10 years.
I'm not surprised. I think it was a fair sentence. You know, the extent of his cooperation obviously benefited him. It also benefited him that cooperation, which was in part testifying in 3 trials, occurred in front of this very judge, the sentencing judge, Judge Blake.
Because Gondu faced much more. The former detective's thorough cooperation and his damning testimony in open court helped land him on the lighter side of these corruption sentences. Defense attorney Warren Brown says Gondu was one of the first to start talking to the feds after their arrest and has been quite a resource for an investigation he thinks is far from over.
So Warren, you have a good idea that this is not done yet.
No, I don't think it's done yet, not at all. You know, I think that there continues to be investigations going on.
For its part, the government won't talk about that, simply saying we'll see when the U.S. attorney was questioned outside the courthouse today. But the feds asked for 10 years for Gondu, well below the sentencing guidelines for this kind of crime. Still, U.S. Attorney Robert Hur said it's a just punishment when everything is considered.
They were very, very serious crimes. And as Mr. Wise said properly, they really tore at the fabric of the relationship between Baltimore Police Department and the city of Baltimore citizens. But we do have to weigh that with what Mr. Gondu did after he was charged and what he did to assist in the government investigation.
And so that leaves Jamel Ram as the final GTTF member to be sentenced. He too cooperated with the feds and testified in last year's trials. His sentencing was just scheduled today and is now set for March 8th.
All right, Brian.